Listen, we got to discuss something involving my man Edgar Berlanga. Listen, flight sports, believe it or not, man. Listen, we rocking with Edgar Berlanga. You understand? We all know he represents Puerto Rico, but he definitely emphasizes, that he also represents New York City. So is something special. Oftentimes a lot of these athletes, they represent their country. You know, he's not only represent his country, but his city. And we all know flight sports, New York, is something special there. We're going to stick together. I love the way he's bringing New York, together, for this fight. I'm seeing a lot of different people, popping out, for him. But that's neither here nor there. You know, the face off, was crazy. These two, exchanged, a bunch of words. you know what I do want to say is this. I think that Edgar Berlanga could, listen, Canelo is the truth, man. We can't sit up here and fool ourselves, but Berlanga is undefeated. He did earn this fight. He wanted it. He did everything in his power to make sure he was in position for it. And Berlanga's coming into this fight 22-0, no losses, no draws, 17 wins by the way of knockout. Um, he's facing Canelo Saul Alvarez, man. I'm telling you, man, Canelo Alvarez ain't nothing to fool with. This guy, I'm telling you, he Berlanga better just be on his A game, because it could get problematic. You looking at Canelo, man. Look at the experience. Like I said, Berlanga. You talking about 20 plus fights. This guy Canelo Alvarez, the legend, um, 61 2-2, 39 wins by the way of knockout. We all know, what happened there with Dimitri Bivol. And a lot of people feel like they want to see that fight again, but besides that, I mean, Canelo has just been dominant. We just got to call it how we see it. People are predicting, and not only people, Canelo is coming out and saying that this fight ain't going past 8. He's promising, an 8th round KO. We're gonna find out. Like I said, there was a lot of chirping going on, so I'm pretty sure that didn't help things. You know, um, so these guys gonna have to settle it in the ring. We got a lot of people on the outskirts. We're gonna get to Caleb Plant too. We're gonna have a Caleb Plant breakdown. So make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports so you don't miss that. I'm gonna have Phonics in the house. We're gonna discuss all of that. But yeah, man, there's a lot going into this. Canelo Alvarez, like I said, he's looking to, go off, against Berlanga. And let's see, if he could do that. Because what I will say about Berlanga is he bruises very easily. Canelo gonna get to you. We seen what Canelo did to obviously Charlo. A lot of people didn't. I don't know if people, saw that coming. The Charlo did move up for that fight, but the way he dropped him, in my opinion, was just crazy. It's like the referee got to roll in just about all the time to save these guys, and Berlanga, I think it could be devastating. I think this fight is going to sell because you put in Puerto Rico versus Mexico, and at the end of the day, I think that sells, that sells itself. Berlanga has sold this fight, and these two got good swagger. You look at Canelo, the legend, the icon, Berlanga, the up and comer, but he's flashy. He's almost like Berlanga to me. He almost reminds me of like Allen Iverson, of boxing. In my opinion, because the way he been doing it like this for a minute. You know, uh, he comes from obviously a great family. That's one thing I will say about Berlanga. He's family oriented, and I think all of these things are gonna bode well for him. In this fight, this upcoming fight, that I think is gonna be a must win. people think this is just a payday for Berlanga. He just wasting his time. That's why as I'm scouring through, the build for this fight. Nobody believes that Berlanga is gonna win. And everybody believes that this fight is headed for an inevitable knockout. Pardon me. So it's crazy. Um, I want to read what Canelo says. He says, "I love it when an opponent, pisses me off. When someone gets under my skin, I make them pay the hard way." So clearly, like I said, Berlanga from New York, you know, he Puerto Rican. You don't know what he was saying on that stage. You understand? And like I said, they these two Hispanics, so they're gonna Berlanga gonna be able to push some buttons, that might not be able to be seen by the naked eye. You got to be in tune to what's going on in the politics to understand some of the things Berlanga gonna be dishing out. Berlanga clearly is a dude that come from the hood. As you can see, if you look up Canelo's background, Saul Guadalajara, so I mean, I think we headed for a great clash here, but I'm rolling with Berlanga, even though the deck seems to be stacked against him. I'm sorry I got rolled with him, but it's gonna be crazy. Berlanga is an 8-year pro. Like I said, he kicked off his career with 16 straight knockouts. So that's what kind of got the world buzzing on Berlanga. And he went through some trials and tribulations. Fights wasn't always as easy. So you have people try to criticize him, and that's what they're gonna do in the individual sport of boxing. You're gonna have people with opinions thinking, you're not what you say you are, you're not this, you're not that. But a win against Canelo, you listen, you ain't gonna be able to discredit him for much longer. This is gonna be a massive win if he was to dethrone Canelo. I think it's like I said, I'm gonna tell you, man. Even I'm rolling with Berlanga, but I'm not foolish here. Canelo is a different beast. So he gonna really have to be on his game to take him down because this fight could end in a devastating knockout. And obviously for both of them, we all know with Berlanga the power he has, but he got to make sure his defense is up. That's my only concern with Berlanga. How many shots is he gonna take to the face? That you gotta be careful because you can't take that many shots to the face against Canelo. And it's the shots that you took against other opponents. If Canelo hits you with that, it's lights out. It's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. We got Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Berlanga. We all know Canelo. We got a lot to break down. It's Flight Sports.